Welcome back. My name is Peter Pilgrim. I'm the technical lead, and I'm going to talk to you about this again. IR35 repealed. No, it isn't. Yeah, I'm recording this on the 9th of November 2022, Wednesday night. Okay, to remind you again, IR35 embraces or contains off-payroll worker rules. It's not the same things. These are two different ideas. Get that into your head. So, to rush ahead, IR35 is not disappearing. That's a common misconception. Well, it is always going to be around. And basically the government, or the Chancellor Jeremy Hunt, he was now stayed inside the Rishi Sunak cabinet, stayed and survived Liz Truss resigning. Basically the repealing of the public 2017 and the private 2021 reforms to the off-payroll working rules, also known as IR35, from April 2023. The reforms will now remain in place. So the repeal is scrapped. This will cut the cost of the government's growth plan by about $2 billion a year. Okay, this is strange. I'll come back to that in a moment. It's no surprise that the government is in turmoil. And what really got my goat, was I was working in the financial industry investment bank in the noughties, basically, and I was at Lloyd's Banking Group specifically. And I remember when Lehman Brothers, on a Friday, it existed, I suppose, in September 2008, and then on a Monday over the weekend it was gone. And I should have kept a lot of the slides, because there was a lot of hand-wringing and frustration and through the economists and all this. And I remember collectively the figures that the banking industry lost were like 400 million pounds or dollars. I remember UBS. I remember going to a presentation, 40 billion US dollars gone, written off, and incredible. And what the government is trying to do in its mini budget is to try to account to save £35 million over 5 years. Okay, let me just show you this thing. I'm going to go to the browser now. Right, so this is a briefing paper. I did have slides showing a long time ago, but they're gone. It's irrelevant now. So this is the House of Commons Library briefing paper from the 12th of April 2010. So it's about 12 years ago, by Timothy Edmonds. And this is the public document. And I scrolled down, and it basically the story of the credit crunch from the UK perspective, and basically a briefing, and it outlined to members of Parliament and the interested. So the details what really happened in 2008. So by the time Lehman Brothers collapsed, this had been going on for over a year, nearly over a year. Okay, the thing that got my goat is that I thought it was only $400 billion, and that probably from a long ago briefing when I was at Lloyd's. According to this, there was a $700 billion bailout for the banking industry by the US, with $250 billion being used to buy stakes in the bank. The UK government, which would be Gordon Brown at the time, a Labour government, provided capital injections of $37 billion into the Royal Bank of Scotland, Lloyds, TSB, and Halifax and Bank of Scotland. And bear in mind, 2 years ago we had COVID, and we've even spent more money on, we have Tory government now, on furlongs and I guess I'm aghast that we just don't have any. We're struggling in the mini budget from Kwasi Kwarteng's mini budget to save even £35 million over 5 years. I mean, it's just staggering. So, the 9th of November. Now, Rishi Sunak's in. He'd just been to COP27. He's back from Egypt. And then this idiot called Gavin Williamson. Well, this is just taking me aback, really. And then I looked at the predictions for the UK economy. I looked at several sites. The Guardian is quite good. And this information this is nodes from July 2022. So even then, so we had the war of Ukraine, and basically UK workforce has shrunk, and so that's telling us that essentially these figures are telling us here that this idea that contracting will save us is not going to be the way it is. And even if the repeal did stand, because of all the vectors of the economy are pointing down, they're not going to find time to pay contractors. And then today, 11,000 Meta, Facebook, Instagram employees are gone. Elon Musk buying Twitter and then shedding half of its staff. Basically, things that happen in the United States and Canada tend to have severe consequences for Europe, including the United Kingdom and Great Britain. Okay, the other one that I picked up today was the Bank of England warned of the longest recession in 100 years as it raises its interest rates to 3%. So when you look at these charts, I mean, do you really expect contracting to save your day? I don't. I'm glad I'm kind of left it, because contracting, let me tell you, is feast and famine. And you really, really have to be good to survive out there. A lot of contractors that I've spoken to, the war chest was even this high, but then it depletes. If you stop working after 3 months, you eat into that war chest because you start to pay bills. And don't forget, for proper contractors, you've got 9 months until you pay your corporation tax. So if suddenly you're switched to inside, then your limited company is languishing doing nothing. Oh, okay.